Hello, welcome back to our U.S. Navy 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. We've been creeping ever closer to a new war, potentially with Russia, and Russia has an ally in France, so that could be a problem. I believe Russia also went communist, so like that can affect things. I think it could prolong the war because they're like way less likely to just give up when they're communist. If we were to go to war with them, we have the advantage in battleships. We have the advantage in battle cruisers. We definitely have the advantage in carriers. They'll have the advantage in light carriers. And then we've got them on carriers and light carriers. And submarine force, we got the advantage there. They have, for some reason, 68 corvettes. And then we've also got them on destroyers. Of course, the problem is we'll have to either fight in Europe or Northeast Asia to make it like a thing, make it an actual war. So one thing I'm probably going to do here is upgrade. I know it's going to take. I'm already improving it. Never mind. 19 months left. I was going to upgrade Iceland, but it probably wouldn't be ready for like a war right now. I think by the time 19 months have passed, tension's either going to drop with the Russians or we're just going to be fighting. Or we'll have already fought. Do need to find some way to spend money, however. I think one of those ways will be to build an airbase in Hawaii, Pearl Harbor. And our base is looking pretty good. We have like 200 capacity here in the Central Pacific. Not that anything ever really happens since we own the whole thing. And then we also have Samoa down here. So let's go ahead and build a naval base there. It's going to be a slow start. Sumatra's 20. Singapore, I think we're building in Singapore. We're not building in Singapore. Let's see here. Do we have any fortifications? I don't think we do. Let's check. All right, yeah. So we're going to build a few fortifications, just little ones. They're not useful really in this era anymore. Like in terms of holding off ships, but they might be useful in terms of if we get invaded or if we have some rebellions break out. So I'm actually going to add that to Sumatra as well because it has oil. And I don't want to lose Sumatra just for free. I want to at least make it like a little bit of a fight for whatever rebels might pop up. We have yet to capture Panama. So yeah, let's just go. All right, start the game off. Start pressing the button. Hey, look at that. Yes, please. Look at that is how like this is not this is not a setup, I promise. This isn't like a all right. Well, in the Med between Austria and Italians, they both lost they both lost seaplane carriers, but Italy also lost a battleship. I think Italy might be a fun nation to play, maybe next time around. I'm also very curious. I was looking around online a little bit, and I saw that you can go in and you can edit the file at the very beginning of the game and set the fleet size. So in the beginning of the game, when you start your game, you pick your fleet size. Like there's like tiny, there's small, normal, whatever, and we're playing like the biggest one. But that's an 8 out of 10 is the biggest one available. But you can go in. Sorry, my voice. Excuse me. You can go in and change it from 8 to 10, and that provides a 25% boost to basically everyone. And The fleet sizes stay the same. Like your starting fleet doesn't change because that's generated already by the time you go and have to alter the save. But every nation gets 25% more funding. So that might be kind of interesting. I don't know how crazy that would get, especially if you're not playing as the US. Like the US would just be like 4 million budget by the end of the game. Very cool. We got a lot going on here. Yeah, we'll create. Well, I didn't. They gave us a free air base in Panama. Sure. Right here's an independently developed float plane scout. It has a little bit more speed. The range is just a little bit more. The stats change going down. So I think we're going to hang on to the one we have, even though that I do like for scouts, I do like having more range and more speed. It's not enough of a boost to lose that much like raw stats, even though we are poor around high ability. All right, Austria lost a battleship and a light cruiser. Speaking of fortifications, all right, these are the Tacomas. All right, let's build 3 of those. And speaking of fortifications, let's build. I'm going to build 3 batteries in Panama. I'm going to build 4 batteries in Panama because I don't want to lose it. Let's be real here. That's going to help enormously. That's, 1, 2, like a 3. It's essentially saving like 3 months worth of movement back and forth there. Whoa, hang on. So this is the Valley Forge. How are we looking here? We're slowly filling out our carrier forces. You can tell that we don't have enough in reserve, essentially. So what we might do is, I don't remember if I did it last turn or not. Yeah, I think I got rid of the CVLs. So it's going to get rid of the CVLs now to put those airplanes back into the pool, essentially. Hang on. What the heck did I do here? So I put this one in the wrong division. There we go. And there we go. This is going to be amazing having 8 aircraft carriers available. They're not all going to be in every fight, but just having them so I can spread them out if I really wanted to. Yeah, we'll copy the air group over. Why not? The Germans want to buy turret mountings. They're our ally right now, so we'll give it to them. That gives us a month worth of this balance deficit anyway. So the Italians lost a battle cruiser. The Austrians lost a battleship. Sure. Oh, hey, our medium bomber. So the Consolidated Hawk has good reliability. We've gone from poor to good. Once we get some of these air bases built up, maybe I should assign a bunch of medium bombers to them. And our dock size, I think, as I recall, is still decent. It's all right. Yeah, it's good enough that we don't have to invest in it immediately. We're keeping up with the Joneses or whatever that was. Cool. Reduced torpedo mount weight. Here's our new dive bomber. It's faster than expected. We're getting a little bit lucky with our rolls there. So tension with France increases. It goes down, it increases. So it reduces because they don't want to provoke us, but then it goes up because we're so powerful that they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us. All right, this goes in. And then we're just going to not develop any new carriers until we can hit that 30,000 carrier mark. And I might not even try to do that until after well, let's check our engines. I think it's engines, or is it ship design? It's ship design. So Reduces engine horsepower requirements. Like if we can get one more of those, it'd be really nice. Although we just got one fairly recently, it looks like. But that would allow us to go like 31 knots, 30, 31 knots or so, pretty comfortably, while still having like a big, like a big old air group on there. All right, so we have a little bit extra money floating right now, and we're getting close to these Rangers starting to lose efficiency on their engines. And we need these battle cruisers to be fast. So let's replace the machinery. Oh, right, we're gonna lose speed because they came out faster than the design, so we have to crank that up anyhow. Dang. Okay, well that's fine. It's all right. We can upgrade the guns, which will be sweet, and then that turns it into a fairly expensive rebuild. But then we get to add on a couple of directors for the AA. Don't mind if we do. And some medium AA. And maybe we can add some more tertiaries to give it more heavy AA factor. It's the top side is going to be the real limiting factor here. And then there we go. Oh, hang on. It gets a better fire control as well. So we have to strip off a light AA. So that's a nice improvement. So we basically we dropped down to 29 knots because that's the design speed. But then we have enough extra weight to pop it back up to 30. We improve our main guns to quality 1 on 12 inches. We added, I don't know, a few. I think we doubled the tertiary guns on here, and they're dual purpose, so they give us more heavy AA. And we added to our uh, anti-air set down here. It's going to be an expensive rebuild, but that's okay. We've got money right now. Not for very long, but we've got it. We've got a lot happening here that we're building. Uh, yes, we need to add a air group. Oh, that's right. We have dive bombers now on these things. So let's change the role to dive bombers on 2 of these each. There we go. And we just started producing these dive bombers, so we're not going to have many of them. So we're going to be pretty short on dive bombers for a while. But what we're doing is we're also freeing up all of these torpedo bombers by changing them out. So all of our carriers should be good on torpedo bombers. They're just going to struggle to get dive bombers for a little while. It's it's so funny how many carriers we have. This is a far cry from our Japan days. Although I do find myself missing those Japan days, the being the massive underdog. Okay, there we go. So dive bombers. Oops, I forgot to. There we go. Dive bombers. Yeah, so we are going to be short on dive bombers for a while. Like we need to generate essentially about 22 essentially per aircraft carrier, and we have 8 of them. So it will take a little while. And I might have to pause something here, maybe the rebuild on one of the Rangers, but we'll see. Here's the Inconstant being rebuilt. Tension between Germany and Russia is increasing because they have different systems. I think Germany's fascist and Russia is communist at this point. I think we can just look, right? No, they're limited to democracy. That's interesting. Who went? Was it Italy? Yeah, the Italy went fascist. Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna get back some of our budget here. Hmm. Let's not provoke. Hang on. What are relations with Britain? Britain's allies with Italy. Well, who really cares about Italy? Yeah, I don't really care about Italy. So we'll make some compromises. The tension's going to go up anyhow, but I don't want to just keep beating on Britain. We beat them twice already. I mean, we can like if they force us to fight, then we'll fight. But we'd like to fight someone else, maybe Russia. All right, here are torpedo bomber options. We're getting speed all around. We're getting range all around. And let's look at these stats. This one here looks like it might be the best. And our current ones have poor reliability. So this one has the low speed but best range, and also has some of the best stats. So let's go for it. The consolidated. Sure. I also like playing as the U.S. because I can pronounce. Excuse me, so I can pronounce the names of the companies and the ships and all that. Maybe it was a bad time to rebuild these Rangers. Oh, that's very nice. Reduces risk of breakdowns. We can do 5-inch dual purpose mounts now. That's going to be really useful. We may end up building like one more battleship class to take us through the 1940s and 1950s and stuff, and we can throw 5-inch secondaries on there. Italy wants to buy dive bombing. We're going to keep that one to ourselves. That's actually a pretty good one. We don't want them developing dive bombers just yet. Okay, Austria-Hungary and Italy have finished their war. Oh, Italy lost the war. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why their tonnage was so low. It's like 129,000 tons or something. Uh-oh. Looks like we are going to go towards Britain. Okay, well that's like I said, that's fine. We can beat them up again. But look at the tonnage for Italy, 178,000. It's sad, very sad. Sad, very sad. Italy's very low energy. Well, this stinks because our Rangers are going to be in rebuild when this starts off, but we still have two more. Yeah, beat the army as top priority. Let's get some prestige. Yeah. All right. I just had a slight worry. Did we build? Did we build more corvettes? Okay, we did. Just I just had a panic moment there. I couldn't remember. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I forget. But we're good here. Like we're fine. So let's since we have this one in the Caribbean anyway, let's move the rest of them to the Caribbean. Just spread things out a little bit. Oh, hang on, there's another one we can send to the Caribbean. Part of the same squadron. And then we're going to move this division. They're on the west coast. But we're going to move them to Northeast Asia. Just in case war breaks out, like immediately with Russia or something, because it is high. Northeast Asia. And We're going to send some of these to Europe. We don't want our battleships being alone in Europe because we do have a squadron there. We have a squadron in Northeast Asia, Arizonas, the old Arizonas. Although, they're still 26 knots. They can hold their own, especially they got, 16-inch guns. They ain't exactly horrible. All right. We're getting close to another war here. Just depends on who it's going to be. We could lower tensions with Britain and then aim for a war with Russia because that'll drag France in. And then that'll give us access to more fighting in the Caribbean. I don't want to fight. I really don't want to fight in Northern Europe too much because a lot of those battles, as usual, when France is involved, will be down here, like off their coast, and that gives them a pretty big advantage. But I mean, if we have to, we will fight there. And if nothing else, what we might do is if war does break out with France involved, we'll take these Arizonas from Northern Europe, we'll bring them home to the Caribbean. Like we'll bring that whole squadron home and we'll replace them with our West Virginias. Like we'll send our West Virginias to Europe and just, fight it out there. Let's make concessions. Maybe we get some budget. That's going to make our people mad. But again, we're lowering tensions with Britain, which is nice. Okay. We gained budget. Boy, we are filthy rich right now. We're over 1 million. Oh yeah, we are really rich. Okay. Yet we're still just barely keeping ahead of some of these nations in terms of tonnage. The AI really does get an advantage. There's the submarines. Japan wants a security agreement. Let's look at the relationships that they have. They're unhappy with Britain and Russia. You know what? Let's be friends with Japan because it'll lower our budget. So that'll, because our unrest immediately started climbing. However, another advantage of being an alliance with Japan, if we get it, did we get it or not? Let's see here. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that'll make Russia mad because they're historical enemies. Oh, you know something? I don't think we got this game. You know how in some games you'll get there's like a crazy inventor and you can invest in his project. Did we ever get that? I don't think we got it in this game. It'll be like we can increase your like it'll pick like one research thing that you can potentially boost up using this weird guy. All right, so the Rangers are just about rebuilt, so even if we get into a war, they'll be available pretty soon. The Tacoma class, it'll be here eventually, around the same time as this new set of battleships. Battleships. We could go to war any moment with either Britain or Russia. Hopefully, if we do go, it'll be soon because this episode's already 20 minutes in. Okay, Germany and Austria-Hungary are buddies. Oh, nice. We get increased submarine effectiveness. We do like effective submarines. So for naval patrol craft, we want speed and I think reliability. Uh, Tension with Russia went down. They don't want to provoke us. Dang. Okay. What? Rumors of war in France. Okay. We'll take that one. They're just friends with Russia, right? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's another way to go about it. If we can't provoke Russia, then we'll provoke France, I guess. Or they'll provoke us. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, base overview. Let's see here. We have aircraft capacity in Shanghai is good, 40. Air capacity in Sumatra is, hang on, what are we doing in Sumatra there? Oh, it's all the way up here. Let's actually get rid of that one because we have one in Singapore. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this airbase. Oh, hang on, this one here. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that one. And Iceland is good. We just need scouting in Iceland, really. Norway's good. Shanghai is good. Halifax is good. Panama is okay. We don't even really need we don't need an air base in Panama. I don't remember. Well, let's actually just keep it, I guess. Let's keep the one in Panama just in case there's fighting down around there. But I expect the fighting in the Caribbean to be like around Cuba and everything else, and Haiti. And then we got the air base in Pearl Harbor. And we're gonna expand that one. Okay, and off we go. Britain and Italy no longer pals. Here's an independently developed medium bomber. So the speed goes way up, the range goes up a little bit, and the stats increase with two 1,000-pound bombs instead of one 2,000-pound bomb. We're going to take it just because it's so much faster. Like it can get into the fight. And we will sell to Spain. We'll sell them the dive bomber because it might increase our like national resources a little bit. And Spain isn't. Even if we go to war with Spain, let's be honest here. We're never going to go to Spain, but if we somehow do, oh, nice. France goes up. All right, cool. We might actually get our war. And there's rumors in Great Britain about war with us. What the heck is going on here? Britain has no friends left. And we have Japan on our side. Is Japan any good right now? Japan is pretty good. They're doing all right. All right, we finished reconstruction on the Rangers. Oh man. All right. Well, at least Russia stays up there. Tension went down with France. It also went down with Russia, but then it also went back up. So we're gonna wait maybe 3 months, and then we're gonna start reconstruction on the other Rangers. Just so we don't completely tank our budget. Yeah, we'll sell to Japan. You're our friend right now. We don't want to risk making them mad, lose their friendship right on the eve of a war. We will support you, whatever happens. And then we've increased our base expansion in Samoa. We're going to work on that for several, like probably like 3 cycles, so like 9 years. Oh, it only takes 18 months. So yeah, it's going to take a while if we want to have any base capacity in Samoa. However, what we can do is we got rid of the air base in Sumatra. Let's put it in Samoa. All right, cool. And off we go. Yeah, we're being criticized. Japan, we will support you, whatever happens. Oh, Great Britain. Hmm, we don't want to be at war with everybody. Let's lower tensions with Let's try to lower tensions with Britain, but we'll increase them with France or Russia. Getting close to understanding deck lifts. That's the other thing about waiting for a 30,000-ton aircraft carrier is we'll hopefully be able to put deck lifts and catapults on it. All right, we have better base capacity in Northern Europe now. 130 is probably enough. Britain goes up, Britain goes down, France goes up, Spain goes up, Spain goes down. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. Let's actually go ahead and start those reconstructions on the two Rangers now. It's a 1 year rebuild, so if we get into a war, they'll be coming in pretty late, but it just needs to be done. Yes. I mean, let's get into a war. Let's just do it. Who cares? Encourage them to take a hard line. Oh, we're also allies with. Oh, we're allies with Germany, and you know what? Yeah, let's all just pick on Britain. There's the deck lifts. Yeah, I didn't realize we were I forgot we were allies with both of them. Yeah, let's go full World War II on them. Except we're in the Axis this time. A little bit sus. All right, we're gonna build some Tacomas. Build 3 of those. Just spit them out in threes. One, two, three. Yes. No. We're gonna go in and oh, we're at war with Russia. Okay, well that's fine. So air groups, we're gonna do this. We're gonna auto add aircraft so we get medium bombers in there. And then also we can auto add aircraft there. Let's change the number down to like 10. And then we can add 8 medium bombers. I don't like not having medium bombers in some of these. Dang, there we go again. We're going to have to do that over again. Change number. 8. 8. And we're going to lower the number of fighters as well. That'll let us bring in 10 medium bombers. And then we'll just manually do it this way instead of auto add. So we'll do 10 mediums and 10 dive bombers. We'll do that again. 10 dive bombers. And 10 mediums. We'll do that one more time. Cool. Hey, look at that. Our carriers are all filled up with aircraft. I didn't expect that. I thought it might take a little bit longer. All right, we are 35 minutes into this episode, and we just went to war. So we're gonna have a big battle somewhere. I don't want to have an hour and a half long episode, so we're gonna go ahead and call this one here. I will get this uploaded, and I will immediately start recording the episode for tomorrow. Right now, because I want to get into this war. I want to get into this fight, and we'll see. I talk about my plans in the next episode because some stuff has jumped to mind that I think I want to do. So I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and stay safe.